Well, hello everybody. We're back today, and today we're going to play Black Red Aggro for a second time. I thought the deck was fairly decent the first time, and apparently Megaphone updated it for Zen, and it top aided New Zealand Nationals. I think I'm sideboarding it very, very poorly. I was reading in one of his articles that you don't take out auto one drops even when you're bringing in the Bantu's Reckonings. So I've been messing that up, I believe. But we're going to try this. I've had 2 requests for this deck. If you guys have requests for any other deck, let me know. I'm not promising I'll get to them. Card availability is a large issue, especially when it comes to decks that have Chandra or Scarab God. I can typically find like 2 Chandras, but I typically can't find a 3rd or 4th. I can usually only get 1 Scarab God. But yeah, we're going to run this deck today. I'm actually running out of deck ideas to play. I think I've played about all of them. But so far our favorite decks to have played have been the blue-white approach decks and just the Esper, black-white, Abzan, whatever random color combination of tokens. Like, they're incredibly fun, but I'm having troubles figuring out like builds for all of those decks, right? Like, there seems to be like 85 to 90 cards that I want in every deck, and we only have 75 slots, and like I am just struggling on tuning right now. Because no matter what I change or what I do, unless I do something radical like when I cut the glimmers from approach, like nothing feels like it changes my win percentage, positively or negatively. And I feel a lot like I'm trying to get lucky on pairings when I play like approach. Also with tokens. Tokens less so, but like I don't want to play tokens just every single day for the fact that I believe the time constraints of playing tokens makes it not really a paper viable choice. I mean, it's fine like if there's not a bunch of mirror matches, but if it's so good that there's going to be a bunch of mirror matches, I'm not really sure how you finish rounds with it. I believe this hand's fine, so that's why I don't play tokens as often as I should. Now, if you're not going to get paired versus mirror matches, tokens is obviously fine. So when I was reading his article, he said the main reason the Effer Spear Harvesters and Glint Siphoners were in the deck were to make your Effer hubs better. Like they were fine cards on their own right, but the Effer hubs is the main reason you ran them. And I thought that was kind of interesting. The one thing about this build of this build of the deck only has 3 Harvesters, whereas the other build of the deck had 4. And I felt like I got a lot of my games that I won because of Harvesters. So like lowering the Harvester count seems kind of iffy to me. Um, so when I see this color land and then like I see them attune into an island, I immediately assume that they're playing Sultai Energy, which means they have Walking Ballistas, and this is probably a horrible match for me. But also when I see these cards, it could also just be the 4-color Teamer Energy that happened to draw the Dread Wanderer. Either way, their 2-drops are pretty good, and we don't have a 3rd mana yet to like return this on, so I kind of don't want to play this Dread Wanderer, but that may just be wrong. You know, having 6 points of power on the table seems pretty good, but the problem with that is if like he just like untaps and plays any Winding Constrictor or Lone Tusk Cub, we didn't even have an attack. It's kind of weird. So almost assuredly has a fatal push because he didn't play the land that he showed us. He left up exactly black. And we didn't draw our land, so I think we made a good choice holding up for Lightning Strike, because I don't think we win many games where we don't at least Lightning Strike the first creature. Or if it's that bad of a creature, I guess we're willing to trade with it. Since I think our creatures get worse over time anyway. And this lets us play a Harvester. Well, since we never did play the Lightning Strike, it seems like we made possibly a bad choice in how we played our cards, but um, had no way to know that he wasn't going to play a Cub or a Winding Constrictor. Like, those were the cards we were most afraid of. This could just be a Hostage Taker, Bristling Hydra. Sure, not super worried about a Bristling Hydra. It's obviously a good card, but not really worried about it. I don't know if I want to gain life here. I probably do. Hey, Sean, what's up, my homie? What's the dealio, yo? So they have 9 points of damage in their hand. They most of these Veraskas, or sorry, most of these Sultai decks do play Veraskas Contempt though. So like we can't guarantee this is going to get all the damage done. Does seem like it's going to get at least 2 more though. There's a non-zero chance we just attack with both of these. Doing pretty well. This is game 1. We're not dropping bits today, or frames. So, that's wonderful. Let's just go ahead and get into booty with the Lightning Strike. It turns on bringing back our double Dread Wanderer. And if we draw any creature, and we did, lets us attack with one of these as well to deal an additional 2. Could have another Fatal Push, which if he does, we're going to go wah, wah, wah. Yeah, sure. We'll gain 3 more life. Oh, okay. He had no Fatal Push. So that worked out well. Now, I don't have much experience with this black-red deck, of course. This is kind of a foreign match to us. He had Bristling Hydrus. He just stopped FU. Okay. Anyway, so he had Bristling Hydra, so he probably doesn't have Hostage Taker, or at least he has some kind of mix between them. The problem is, when I play versus any of these Winding Constrictor energy decks, you can always assume that they have the Walking Ballista, which makes all of these cards seem incredibly bad to me. But the problem is, if we sideboard out all of these, how do we ever win with just this motley crew of like randomness? Anyway, so they go kind of big. So I believe the Bantus are good here. And I believe the Yami's Expertise is good here. I don't know about the Doomfall. I don't know about the Vraska's Contempts. Or the Murderous Bolt. Like, they all seem like they do things. They seem like they do reasonable things. They typically don't have a lot of Planeswalkers. They do have Blossoming Defense. So, like, maybe it makes removal in general worse. So if we were going to do this, we'd have to get rid of 5 of these cards. Which 5 of these cards are the worst? Probably these for sure. Like, they're very good in conjunction with these, but they don't trade with anything, and they don't have any synergy coming back from their graveyard, so they're like worse to sack to that. Maybe one of these? I don't know what else we would take out. Like, I feel like these cards do things. But I don't know if they do enough things to matter. He could have Everspear Harvester of his own, and in which case I would probably need these 3 cards. But taking out Beaumonts doesn't seem good. I'm torn. I don't know which one of these. I don't know which 3 of these 6 cards I want. All right. Yeah, I don't know if that's right. I would love to find Megaphone's sideboarding guide. In fact, I think I'll go tweet him and ask for one now. Alright, so we definitely have to mulligan this hand. They also mulligan though, so that's pretty good, I guess. Alright, I think we have to mulligan again. Unfortunately, we do have a Bantu, which is one of our best cards, but our mana was obviously terrible. And this hand doesn't seem like it's going to bring all the boys to the yard. We certainly don't want the Beaumont. I find that funny that we found both of them when we didn't even know if we want to put them in the deck. If we draw a third mana, this hand's probably reasonable. Especially if it's a red mana to turn on to murder. Yeah, he is kind of typecast. Well, one of these can attack and one of these can't, so. And by one of these can attack and one of these that can't, like, they both kind of attack, and neither of them's particularly good. I don't know. He's probably going to draw a second creature, or like a winding constrictor, or like a winding constrictor plus something, and just like absolutely wreck me. I don't know. It's not looking good for the home team. But at least I get to attack again because I would willingly trade this for either of these cards. And by either of these cards, I mean I would target this. Hey, Mr. Tomo. What's up, man? I'm doing great today. How are you doing? Hey, guess what we didn't draw? We didn't draw a land, friends. But we don't want him to draw another card. And he now needs a removal spell to stop us from drawing a card, so this seems fun. But we really want to find our lands. And we want to do it relatively quickly, to be honest. That attack just like echoes Walking Ballista in my mind. No Walking Ballista, please. Nope, that's Walking Ballista, which is why I didn't want all these X ones in the deck, but I was bored, so I built a standard Primal Amulet. Built this thingy. Let's pop it up and look. First of all, I'll bring it over so anybody that's like watching the YouTube videos can see it, and then I'll put it back on the other screen and like read about it. So like anybody that's watching from YouTube, if they want to see what we're talking about, go ahead and like pause or whatever and look at it. Anyway, so let's move it back over here. Well, we still don't have our land, so that just seems like really weird timing, but it doesn't matter. Double mulligan, not find a third land, we're probably going to lose. So what do we got here? We've got some Fatal Pushes, Metallic Rebukes, Double Pull from Tomorrow, Supreme Will, Vraska's Contempt, Torment of Hellfire, so that's your kill condition. That's pretty sweet. That seems a lot more consistent than the people that I saw. Great. Could have been worse, but still not in good shape. That seems a lot more consistent than the people I saw that was using like uh, murder cut to ribbons. That's what it's called. I saw a lot of people trying primal amulet decks with cut to ribbons. Captain's last word in the sideboard. I kind of like that card. So I believe we have approximately 0 chance to win this game. And by 0 chance, I mean there's Bantu's Reckoning in our deck. Yeah, I don't want. This is a deck that I might would try someday. Looks kind of cool to me. I've always wanted to try Primal Amulet. Like, I really like the card, really. Yeah, so we're just really hoping for our Bantu's Reckoning. Really? Seems kind of cheap. Alright, so now we're dead. We had an out, it seems like, but... Alright, so Walking Ballista was as bad for us as I expected. And I still don't know really how to fix that. Like, this deck doesn't seem to me like it can win without its 1-drops. And I'd already took some 1-drops out. Maybe I just take 2 more 1-drops out for, like, these things that I don't really want. Yeah, like, making it to where my Hazards can never attack seemed like the best thing I could ever do. Bro. Yeah, fetid pools are kind of expensive right now, that's for sure. What's up with these hands? Another 1-land hand. It's ridiculous. Alright, we'll keep this mediocre hand. At least he mulligan 2, but he's on the draw, so. Do I want this card? I already have a 2-drop. I guess not. Do we really want a 3rd land? Oh wow, I thought this was Dragon Scale Summon. I'm an actual idiot. That was so bad of me. Oh, I'm on Life Tilt after that. He didn't have the black mana either, so like this wouldn't have died. Oh gosh, I am just angry at myself. I guess it doesn't matter if we're never going to hit the land anyway. We would have got to attack for 2 and draw a card, but well, we don't know that we would have got to draw a card yet. We would have got to attack for 2, and he could have had like a thingy. All right, so we would have got to attack for 2 and draw a card. Kind of a tilt. Not sure if I care about the Death Scourge Scavenger. Red Rover, do I care about you? Probably because he could have Blossoming Defense. It won't affect when they enter the battlefield, so it makes them enter with 6. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I think the reason why people like the red side was due to Fling Apocalypse Demon or Metal War being copied. Yeah, I don't. That seems. Oh, that seems kind of like a stretch to me. I'm not into that. I like how we drew another 4-drop. Our opponent's land is fixed now, so I guess we can't win. Opponent is playing less lands than us, by the way. These decks play like 21 lands. It's one of their biggest downsides, but it just doesn't seem like it matters. Alright, cool. At least I can turn on my Fatal Push to like kill something, I guess. Oh, cool. 5 mana. It's just another. Oh, it's a Scarab God. So that's typically a one of. Well, I kind of have to cast the Fatal Push this turn. I'm not sure how I can win now. I don't think I have any out. I was kind of hoping he'd press F6, but he didn't. Yeah, it's whatever. We didn't get lands out of our game, didn't get to play. Kind of a tilt. It's been happening like this for quite some amount of games now that I just don't draw lands ever. This is a 23 land deck too. So like you'd think getting to 4 lands wouldn't be hard. Yesterday I couldn't get to 4 lands with Blue White Approach though, which is a 25 land deck with a lot of cycles and some ops. Uh, yeah, you're gonna have to have Lost Legacy, I think. No, I don't like flinging those primal decks at all. I wonder what primals cost on Moto. Less than a quarter. That's fair, man. If I didn't live with my parents, I wouldn't be able to eat. I think I bought all those lands on Moto at some point when they were like 50 cents each or something. Maybe I didn't. I'm not seeing them. It's fetid. Let's just type the word fetid. Yeah, I got lucky and bought those lands when they were next to nothing. Hey, Darth Blood. What's up, man? Uh, Copy and paste this link. Pop that up. El Gugurino. Somebody's having a lot of fun with doubling season. Jesus. Man, just activating all those triggers would take years and years. That's amusing. Alright. Well, we have 2 lands. I guess we'll keep. That's more lands than we get most games. Actually, the hand's pretty fine. Man, what's up with all these black-green decks today? Like, Winding Constrictor decks have to be this deck's worst match. Or does we get paired versus mono Winding Constrictor decks today? Not the same opponent, is it? It is not the same opponent. Well, you have to kill that card pretty much on sight. So we were on the draw this time and kept 2 lands. Let me move this over here. Guess what we missed, friends? We missed our 80% chance to hit a land. Anybody who's watched this stream recently is going to realize that is a normal thing for us. Like, it's happening a lot right now. I've made this comment on stream multiple times, but like anytime you get 1900 rating, from just leagues, I feel like Moto decides you can't play Magic anymore. Probably not. Probably just gonna play this one league. Cool. Hey, well, we hit a land. Finally. Now we just hit another. Have to hit another so we can actually play. Sweet, double hostage taker. That's great. Let's look at his updates. Sure. Oh, metallic summonings. I'm gonna favorite this. Get this back over here off the screen. One of the really cool things about this card is that you can always just ping them for one like that. Let's go ahead and yield all of this stuff. Don't think I'm going to gain the life. I might want to draw cards with the glint while we still try to find more lands. If given the opportunity, anyway. He has 5 mana but no energy right now, so... Watching your YouTube videos right now. My last blue-white approach video was a travesty. I try to build without Glimmer of Genius. Sorry, yeah, Glimmer of Genius. I think that's the name of the card, right? The theory behind it was that like I just wanted more cheap interactive spells, but like it did not work out. It was a comedy of errors. Well, I guess we can start gaining life now. But yeah, it was a comedy of errors. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do to blue-white approach right now. Like, blue-white approach is still my favorite deck, but I don't understand how I want to fix it at the moment. Like, it's got some hoes. Yeah, I'm not actually blocking. I was just wanted to see if he cared. He did not care. Don't actually know how to make changes to fix it. I'm thinking maybe I actually have to do the full control thing. Oh, good lord. We drew another land. That means it's Hazard O'Clock, friends. By the way, welcome to the stream, SN Johnson and Rude. Appreciate you guys stopping by. So it's kind of like interesting right now. I don't think he can beat this card and this card, so I don't think there's any reason for me to attack this card into this, because he could like have a fatal push and kill my Effort Spear Harvester. So I probably wasn't going to attack with anything but the Harvester that turn. Hello D Stern. That's arguable. Supposedly this deck beats the red decks. So if this deck's a favorite versus the red decks, then it's probably a better deck. I do not know that it's a favorite versus the red decks. I'm just repeating what the article on this deck said. It seems better to me versus like blue-white approach and black-blue control than the red decks, even though the red decks are still a favorite. It seems worse. They both seem bad versus energy, but like we have access to Bantu's Reckoning, which gives us a chance. And I'm planning to play. Hey Ricky, by the way, welcome to the chat. But I don't know. Currently I'm 9-2 with this deck, but you know that's a fairly small sample size. Hey, I'm planning to play back. I'm planning to play back the game Paper. Is this deck worth investing in? I really don't know, Ricky. This is like the third league with the deck. Mono red may just be better, like some of the people in the chat were just mentioning. I have no idea. I wish I could give you better information than that, but I just really have no idea. So I'm sideboarding out a lot of the X ones here because Walking Ballista is so good versus us. We'll keep. Yeah, I mean, I've only played versus Mono Red a total of 0 times, so I actually have no idea. I'm just going by what Megaphone Pedro Cavaro said in his article, and Zen top 8'd New Zealand Nationals with the deck, and he was a pretty big fan of it as well. But one of the big drawing points, like first of all, it actually has to be better than Mono Red Aggro. If it's not, then Mono Red Aggro is clearly a better deck. And I don't know the actual answer to that question. I don't know which one's the better deck. But two, if they're similar in power level, I think the Bantu's Reckonings are really good because they actually give you an avenue to beat. They actually give you an avenue to beat an energy deck. Yeah, that doesn't work, but it is kind of an interesting idea. So we brought in the Verascas and the Murderous, sorry, not the Murderous Reckup, the Unlicensed Disintegration, kind of in response to being afraid of this card, but probably going to play this card next turn. The mana is obviously worse. I agree. What is a great matchup versus Energy? On a personal level, I think Energy is the best deck in the format, and I think it's the best deck by a wide margin. But if I was specifically only trying to beat Energy, I would probably look at the blue-black control decks. Alright, well, we don't really have a lot going on for us, so. Sing can't block. I'm not blocking with either, so it doesn't much matter. I'm also not gaining the life this turn because I might need to draw the card. We don't really have any insurance versus hostage takers or anything right now. I do not think tokens is good versus energy. I smash tokens like nearly every game of energy. Alright, so this game's over. Tokens is very, very weak versus flyers, and the energy decks now are playing actual enchantment removal to go with their negates and stuff. So yeah, we're just practically dead now. Have stone no outs. Sorry, I'm not in my second main phase. Have actual no outs here. But we'll go through the motions. Which line was so bad? And hello, Eli. I don't actually think Blue Black's a playable deck, by the way. I think Blue Black's a very bad deck. I think Teamer's that strong. I think if you actually want to win, Teamer's the only deck to play, and you just like find a Teamer deck to like tune it to beat the mirror or whatever. Why would I? Why would I ever play the Siphoner, which is what I consider the most valuable card in my hand, if I know I'm going to have to cast Bantu at some point? I don't think I'm going to sideboard any differently. I'm just going to run it back and expect to lose. Certainly can't keep that hand. This hand's keepable, but it's pretty bad. I guess I'll keep that guy. I don't think those plays win the game though. That just deals like a big bunch of damage. I don't think that's going to win the game. Guess I should have attacked before I bothered to even play the land. My opponent's deck plays 4 Hostage Takers and 2 Veraskas. I'm not expecting my Hazret to be able to attack most games anyway. Like I feel like I'm getting lucky if my Hazret's attacking. Like I'd never expected that Hazret to ever be able to attack. Jesus, that's a large percentage of a field. Huh. Opponent didn't play anything, which is kind of odd to me. This uses my mana slightly better, but it's worse versus Hostage Taker. We do have 6 removal spells to draw that can hit a Hostage Taker. Well, we hit one of those 6 removal spells. Opponent has to play something relevant at some point, right? Gonti? Don't care about Gonti. Yeah, I understand that. I try to play something different every day, hence why like we've only ever played Teamer on the stream post rotation one time, but guess I just want to get attacking with the Hazard. This turns on the Murderous Redcap for another turn as well, because he'll probably kill the Glint Siphoner if he has a way to kill anything. It's kind of interesting on whether I'm supposed to draw a card or not here. There's a chance. Oh, well, I don't even have the option, so that works out well. I'll go ahead and play the land because if he has a removal spell to like kill this in response, we to try not to take the 3 damage, we could gain it back. But I assume there's like blossoming defense is a more likely outcome. Okay, he just didn't have anything and we won. That's fine. Ricky tried this deck. Sears likes it. I'm giving it a goish. I don't know what goish means. So we're 1-1 versus Teamer Energy today. If you guys like what you're watching, make sure you hit the follow button. And if you look below the stream, there's links to both my Twitter, where you'll find every time we go live. Oh, Jesus Christ, I did not post that I was going live. And a link to my YouTube. Every time we go live and the deck list we're playing. And a link to my YouTube, where you'll find all of our past streams. A go-ish. Fair. Okay. Well, I forget something every day. I literally forget posting something every day. It's just too many different places I post. What do you like more, aggro or control? Both actually. I like aggro control decks. I like decks like Blue Red Delver or Cobblade from the. There's not really one in the current format, but just like aggro control decks. It's just like where you're trying to tempo them out with a few control cards. Holy Divas deck's probably the best example of it, but it's like not really tier 1. In modern, Death Shadow's a good example. Like, where you're trying to beat them down pretty rapidly, but like, you're also like having a few control cards. So like kind of a mix of the both. If you're choosing me to choose between only these two, I prefer control. Well, again, we have no land, so let's mulligan. And let's keep our 1 creature draw. I guess we'll put that on top because we can play it on turn 1. We have just not drawn lands today to save our lives. That's, what is this, round, how many games have we played? 6 games, and I believe this is the, going into our 7th game, I believe this is the 6th mulligan. All because of land counts too, not because of colors, but everyone's been because of land count. Well, that's kind of bad for us. I think it's worth killing. Hopefully we draw a 1-drop. We did not draw one of our 11 other 1-drops. Still think you need to kill that card. Made a play mistake this turn too. I should have played Dapper Hub. Don't think it's going to end up mattering, but like it was still correct to play Dapper Hub. I'm willing to trade this for his thing if he wants. I'm not going to kill that. Just going to play this thing and hope it does something. Goodbye, our friend. We will miss you. Huh, we get to actually draw a card. Huh. Do I want to attack or not? Probably not. This kind of protects a little bit versus a Glorybringer. while giving us a decent chance to play the Hazard next turn because it gets multiple cards out of our hand this turn. Also gives us energy to draw a Fist card in case he doesn't have a way to actually kill it. Which, even though we wouldn't be able to attack with the Hazard, I'd probably still draw in this spot. Sure. Yeah, definitely going to draw in this spot. His things are big enough to block the Hazard anyway. Well, of course we don't draw a land. Why would we draw a land? Why would we ever draw a land? It was probably fairly close to us losing when we missed 2 lands there. May not be, though. The Night Market Lookout goes a long way. And we can suicide the Glint Siphoner at some point if we want, just to gain 3 life. We'll be chumping with this Beaumont Courier. It's not going to do anything this game. Well, I don't know if I want to chump to prevent 3 damage. I was going to definitely chump to block this, but I'll just take the 3. That was a good draw. So we're in really good shape now because we hit one of our few red sources. So they kind of need a Whirler Virtuoso and they needed ASAT. Yeah, well, they found a Glory. Glory can't really attack, though. Fatal Push. Just gonna attack with this to get the energy. This is INT leagues. I'm not sure what INT means. Wait, aren't you the same guy that we were just looking at? D, stern, D stern. It's just weird. You're blowing my mind, man. This is a league, yes. We are currently 1-1. We played versus Sultai Energy both the first 2 rounds. Intermediate? Friendly, you mean? Yes, this is a friendly league. I play only friendly leagues on stream because, 1, I don't focus, and 2, sometimes you do poorly in leagues, and this is the only way you get all 5 rounds being relevant. What does seriously mean? Well, I tapped my mana really wrong, but it doesn't even matter. Guess this one does more damage. Doesn't matter. I get done tap and kill. Wasn't paying attention. The entire reason we attacked with the guy was so we could, like, lightning strike at the end of his turn, but see, that's an example of why I play friendly leagues. Yep. Because you focus a lot less when you're playing on stream. Like, it's just a lot harder to concentrate. Like, I'm probably playing at, I don't know, 60% of my normal concentration. To the face. Luckily, that player didn't matter. I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming me. I'm saying I'm not focused because I am multitasking. Has nothing to do with you. It'd be the same thing as like if I was like watching a movie or watching somebody else stream. You know, I'm just saying like I'm not giving all my attention to the game. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to sideboard this match at all. Probably want Chandra's defeats. They seem better than this. I don't know. I have no idea how to sideboard this match. Kind of want this thing too, don't I? If I'm bringing in Bantus, I probably want that thing. I guess fatal pushes aren't great. I kill like a Lone Tusk Cub, and that's about the only card I want to kill with them. Yeah, I can also kill servants, but. By the way, what's up, B Goose? I'm just happy I'm able to stream today. Yesterday I was fighting with connection the entire time. But yeah, it's I also post all these streams on YouTube, like I was saying, so getting an entire 5 matches instead of like the times where you go 0-3 or whatever. Like yesterday, I was playing a competitive league off stream, and I had a bug in round 1, a bad match in round 2, and a bug in round 3. So I just like went 0-3, and it was kind of a horrible stream, but like I don't want to play the last 2 rounds. By the way, I'm curious about something, Goose. When you 0-3 a league, do you drop, or do you just go into the league and concede 2 games to like help somebody out? By the way, I got double comped for my 2 bugs. They literally gave me money back for both of my bugs, which kind of blew my mind. Fair enough. It literally blew my mind that they gave me money back for both of my bugs. Like, how do you go into a league, go 0-3, and make double your entry? But like, I'm playing this deck, right? And like these, you take damage when you bring these back out of your graveyard and a Harsh Mentor's in play, and it happened in 2 rounds yesterday. I was just like, give me my money, because Harsh Mentor says on the battlefield. So one thing Moto's really good about. Yeah, it's terrible. It's really, really bad in like a PTQ scenario or whatever, right? At least in leagues, like they give you your money back, or like say you're like 3-0 in a league or whatever, you can message them and they'll X off the 4th result, so like you can still play your league. Hey, games Modi, thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate it. So we need some kind of answer to this. Are you an answer to that? Not really. Guess I'll go ahead and play it. It can block. It also turns on one of these. Megaphone, I think said he went X and 3. 5 and 3 maybe. He lost to the bug as well. So basically, ever since then, I've just been praying that my opponents play Harsh Mentors because I lack 3 things. Is it wrong that I want to attack into this and just use a lightning strike to get it off the table? Is it wrong that I want to double lightning strike this just to get it off the table? I guess you're not blogging. Seems like a giant waste by me. Sure. Yeah, I'm just going to use one lightning strike. I'm trying to decide whether I care enough to gain the 3 life. I don't think I do. So I'm going to actively chump block and stuff like that over these next several turns. Because, like, one of my avenues to win this match... Oh, don't have a confiscation coup. Rip. Anyway, I was going to say one of my avenues to actually win this match is playing a Bantu's Reckoning. Now he's got a second Harvester. That makes things a lot harder. It is pretty nice. I'm probably sideboarding it pretty poorly, but I'm enjoying it. So yeah, this thing's an issue. I have 3 ways to kill it in the entire deck, I think. With 1 card. Is the energy match as bad as I think it is, or am I just like running bad? I feel like these energy matches are really bad. Sure. Goodbye, friend. We will miss you. I'm greedy. He can play another creature. It's bad. We get to do that next turn. I'm going to be greedy and see if he'll play one more creature since this can't attack anyway. I don't know if I want to attack with Vol. He just like gains 3 life, right? Huh. I guess if he's doing that, I will. This card's very hard to beat. Attack with Vol to clear the Harvester. That's like if he blocks. Like you never know that he's going to block. I think I'm going to be greedy again. Hmm. Things are looking up. No removal spell, please. It'd be nice if you to cast something else, but that all worked out pretty well. That all worked out pretty well. What? I want to bring back a Scrounger and attack with this and gain 3 life. Like, I have to actually start closing the game too, right? If I knew he would use his energy, I think it would have been worth it to attack. But like, I don't know that he's going to use the energy and make a bunch of Fopters. Hey, thank you for following, Mahertar. Probably pronounced your name very badly, and I apologize. Rip. That's fine. Hopefully Hazard will do God's work. Or God Megaphone. It'd be a close race like this. He did not kill my Scrap Heap Scrounger. Not a close race at all. We're just going to get brown now. We do have 3, 4, 5 answers to kill the Glorybringer. But we definitely have to find them, and we have to find them pretty quickly. Alright, so now I guess we need another Bantus. I suppose it can block. Well, we don't have a whole lot of outs here. Went ahead and brought this one back because I'm pretty sure I'm just sacrificing to whatever this is anyway. How am I dead on board? I'm at 5 life and he can only attack for 4 on board. So we have 2 Veraskas, 3 Bantus, 2 Chandras, and a Murder Boat we can draw. So we have 6 outs. One time, not an out. Oh well. Do I want to change the sideboard any? I don't think the 1-drops are specifically very good versus a deck that's got like a million 2-drops. I don't think Fatal Pushes are particularly good either. Like, the only card that I ever want to Fatal Push is a Lone Tusk Cub or potentially a Revoke to kill an Everspear Harvester. I have all of my answers that can actually kill. Well, how do you sideboard in this match? What would you have did differently? So my sideboards typically... What's the other 4 cards? Oh, the Bantus. So this is the original 60. I'm pretty confident that the Bantus have to come in. I feel like I need to bring in all the answers to a Harvester as well. If the Bantus come in, that comes in. So you don't bring in any ways to kill their Harvester at all? You're just like willing to like lose to their Harvester if things go poorly? That's kind of interesting. Alright, we'll try it. We can kill a Harvester with a Fatal Push, I guess. If things work out perfectly for us. But that like requires him blocking and stuff. If he's just attacking with a Harvester, I don't know how the push is going to get active that often. And we have to mulligan again. And we have to mulligan again. So we don't even get to play another game 3. I mean, what is this? I'm not keeping a hand with 0 creatures with this deck. Sure. Well, this match is over. It's been like this for days. Legitimately been like this for actual days. He's already saw Bantu. I don't think the 5 wins. I don't think anything wins. A lot of those hands would have been keepable if like we didn't have so many lightning strikes and fatal pushes in them, I believe. I just don't think you want all these lightning strikes and fatal pushes in the deck. Because it was very, very bad. We're an aggro deck. You saw what happened last game when we cast a Bantu and we were ahead. We have to get ahead of them. We only sideboarded out 4 creatures this time when we brought in 1, so we only went down 3, or we only went down... We sideboarded out 5 creatures, brought in 1, we only went down 4 is what I was trying to say. I don't know, probably half an hour or something now. Mulliganing's not that bad with this deck anyway. Makes the Hazoret more likely to be usable whenever we do cast it. I had to draw. To-do. I choose to not block you, sir. Lightning Strike's good in Standard right now. It's just not good in this match, I guess. Like they have nothing that I want to kill except Whirler Virtuoso. I find these energy matches pretty hard to win though. So we're now 0-2 versus Teamer, 1-3 versus Energy overall. Untap land. So you're saying there's not a chance. Maybe this hand's bad? That doesn't look bad at all. That looks like best card. Oh, we're not dead to it. Right? Like we go down to 2, maybe we draw another Bantu. He saved energy for some reason. Yep, energy's insane. You are not another Bantu. So I guess that's not game still. Alright, we play on. The rest of this hand could be awful, I guess. Alright, now that one is game. We've had to mulligan a lot today. I could have kept that 5, but thank you for the follow, Lambo. Appreciate it, man. We could have kept the 5, but I don't think we're winning if we keep the 5. I don't think we're winning if we keep the 4 either. If I have to try to get lucky, I'd rather mulligan the 4 and hope for a great hand. I need ice cream. I need to get reasonable draws, too. See, yesterday I tried this deck, Blue-White Approach, Teamer, and Abzan Tokens. And just every match was comically bad like that. I know I'm a conspiracy theory, but I really, really believe that if you hit 1900, every time that you hit 1900 plus from leagues, that Moto like tries to put you in your place. Yes, that's obviously not true, but like I've hit 1900 45 times probably, 50 times. I mean, I've not counted them. I'm just saying like a really high number. And every time that I've hit 1900, there's been like a 200 point down swing immediately afterwards. We'll keep. I mean, obviously it's not true. I'm just whining. I'm just saying it's something that I feel like I've noticed, and it's been like this for years. Um, Anytime I hit like 1900, like off of a PTQ or a challenge or something like that, it feels like it doesn't do that. But when you do it from just leagues, it's always felt to me like you get incredibly unlucky. Here's some kind of like thunderous noise in the other room. No idea what it is. I think somebody might have died. I'm not going to go find out though, because if they did die, I'd have to like clean stuff up. Opponent's mana screwed. Could care less if he has a sensor or anything. I am 100% playing the hazard next turn attack. care less whether he counterspells the hazard. It is coming down. Oh. Like, even if he has a counterspell to hazard, he drops to 5. Pretty hard for him to come back. It's not impossible. He could have, like, Vraska's Contempt to go back to 7, and I'm attacking for 6 on the following turn. And if he doesn't have Vraska's Contempt, the Beaumont gets to go crazy. Or he could have, like, Essence Extractions, I guess, and go to 8 back to 2. Probably the best thing he can do. Alright, didn't matter. Whee! We did what Aggro does. So I think sideboarding versus this deck's kind of weird. I definitely want these. I think. The cards I like the least in these matches are the Fatal Pushes and the Lightning Strikes, but you need something to beat their gifted Efferborn / Kingpin type cards. Which is why it's kind of odd. I personally believe Kingpin's better, which makes Fatal Push a better card. Hey, the Great Rebel. What's up, man? And BSville. Appreciate it. And Demir. Thank you guys for stopping by. But what I was trying to say is, like, I think Kingpin is a better card for these decks. I think the black-blue decks that are playing Gifted Everborn have no concept of, like, mana. But, like, it seems like most of them do play the Aetherborns. Like, this card isn't dead in its worst case. I don't think I want any of those either. All things that can attack. Without taking up 2 slots. I still think Fatal Push is the right card to bring in over the Lightning Strike, but what do I know? I know what I don't know. And that's about anything. Alright, I'll keep. This hand's great. 1 drop, 2 drop, then a turn on play play on turn 3 as well. Hand got even greater when I drew the correct mana. Sure. Drawing cards is nice, so we'll go ahead and lead with this one, even though it attacks for 1 less. Gives us a higher chance to double spell next turn because we're drawing a second card. Unless he has a removal, of course. Also can attack for a Gifted Efferborn if he just plays 1 on turn 3. It's down to 2 cards in hand. Can F6 because, like I say, he had Vraska's Contempt. I would Lightning Strike this in response. He put on top and bottom. He kept on top again. That's pretty bad for us. That means we're probably dead. Then again, we did draw 6 lands and 12 cards. It doesn't seem like a good thing to get. Why would he use that filter in there? What? So he's an Esper deck. Kind of weird. I guess that explains why he got that card then. I don't see how I play blue white approach, and I can't make a 2-color blue white deck work that has Field of Runes. It blows my mind that people make 3-color builds work with Field of Runes. Like, literally blows my mind. Go ahead and play that just in case he has, like, Supreme Will or whatever. Sure. Top. That's a bad sign. Bottom again. And he hit a Fatal Push. Well. And he kept top yet again. So we're probably dead here. It's post board. It's game 2. Hopefully he'll use the Glimmer or something and not a removal spell. He did not. So we lose our Scrap Heap Scrounger, and he has an active Azcanta. It's probably going to be incredibly hard for us to win. We have found 8 lands and 15 cards, though, so, like, why would it be easy to win? Just start leaving that up so we can see what cards he's finding. Wow, he whiffed with Azcanta. Hey, I was right. I consider that card better. We've only saw 1 white card out of this deck total, so. So I guess Fatal Pushes need to come back in then? Over to Lightning Strikes? I feel like it's safe to scoop and go on to the next game. Especially now that he has a second one of those. Eh. We're not going to beat an active Azcanta. I would scoop if I wasn't streaming, but I guess we'll play it out since I am streaming. At least until we see a Gearhulk or a Scarab God, and then we'll scoop. So he's running Glimmers and Hieroglyphic Illuminations. Multiples of each. There's a Scarab God. We're done here then. But we can certainly remove these now. They were only in there for gifted. Bad, I kind of want that card. I think it does a little more than all the Fatal Pushes. A double Fatal Push hand when there's only 3 in the deck. That hand can't win, so. Alright, this hand's fine. Actually, gonna leave that on top. Sure. It's probably a bad sign. Most people would take the 2 damage to try to hit a glint. Land? Not a land. Not a land's real bad for us. Wow, it's worse for him though. Look at that hand. It's like mono mana problems. We cycle this thing. Hey Al, what's up, man? What did he play? He played the plains. Land? Still not a land. Didn't play the Evolving Wild, so that means he's probably essence extracting something. And Lambo. You guys should play a game without me. Hey, Ratty. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get a land. Thank you for the 2 bits, Lamb. What is that? So that's a card we hadn't saw before. We know he still has 2 Field of Runes. Yes, we'll draw a card. Hey, we hit a land. So we know all 4 cards in his hand right now. Quite honestly, none of them do anything except for the Gearhulk. It's still another turn away. Nice draws. My opponent is my hero, or our opponent's my hero. Doomfall one time? Not a Doomfall. Alright, so we're not going to win this game. He now has Gearhulk into another Vraska. We're just not going to win this game. Thanks, Al, for the bit. can prevent him from gaining 2 life with the Fatal Push. He drew that. He's using it during my upkeep, which means if I hit like one of the one dudes, we could attack with it this turn. Huh. Feel like he let us by with something there that we probably shouldn't have gotten by with. Guess it can block. There's another Hazard. A backup Hazard in case he kills our one Hazard, I guess. I have no idea what's in our opponent's hand now. We don't even have red mana. We do in fact now have red mana. Guess we'll buy back to Dread Wanderer then. Guess I could have did it last turn. Wasn't attacking. I could have attacked if I did it last turn. That was a mistake. I forgot I had the Dread Wanderer, to be 100% honest. Sure. Be 110% honest, I forgot I had that card. See what opponent draws here. Rivulet doesn't help him. Alright, so he's done. I don't think opponents should be splashing for just this white card. I don't know what else is in his deck. He may have other white cards, but don't think he should be splashing if it's just that white card. We're 2-2 on today, playing for a pity chest. Remember, if you guys like what you're watching, make sure to follow and click the links down below to my Twitter, where you'll see every time we go live all the deck lists we play, and my YouTube, where you'll find all of our past broadcasts. And if you are watching from the YouTube, keep in mind that below every video in the description, there's a link to the Twitch chat, the Twitter, the Twitter, and the deck list. Alright, well, we'll play first in this last game. It's probably the best hand we've had today, and it's got 4 lands in it. Kind of insane that this is literally probably our best hand of the day. I think I want to go back to the other version that had 4 Effort Spear Harvesters. Like, we've not been drawing Harvesters, and the day that we went 9-1, like, the Harvesters were the by far best cards in the deck. So this might be the 3rd Sultai deck in this league? When did Sultai get popular again? Hey, thanks for the follow, Houseboat, Hawkman, and ManBeast MTG. Even though I'm positive that I've saw Man Beast MTG before. Can't fool me. I've saw you before. We're bros. No, don't take one of our cards. See, he's going to take our Harvester and we're going to be sad. People need to realize that I want that card to win the game. I'm still kind of blown that there's two different D Stearns that's been in the chat. I'm assuming it's the same person with two accounts, but it could be. He's played a black card though. Like he played a solid black card, which usually the black is a splash. Is it wrong just to attack? Hey, Dunt Hunt and Packamir, thank you guys for the follows. So that attack, he wastes 2 energy, he takes 5 damage down to 8, and this thing probably dies? I guess that thing doesn't get any better, and it may not get the same attack next turn, so... Yep, apparently it's in the main deck. If he has a Fatal Push, I get wrecked here, but he didn't have it at any other point yet, so... Hey, Team Darkwater. Thanks for stopping by. And Manaless Garm. Ended up killing this one. Not meaning he has like some kind of 2 power thing that he wants to play. Or 2 toughness thing that he wants to play that can block that later. Not really sure. There's the land that he showed us. Rip. That's a good one. Makes our, that card savage. So now we can't even attack, really? I guess it trades at worst. Gets that off the table before it becomes a problem. If he's got a blossoming defense, we just get wrecked again. Of course. Alright, so short of Hazard, I don't think there's any chance to win this game. Did draw 5 lands and 11 cards, which is pretty... Or sorry, 6 lands and 11 cards, which is unlucky. But we kept a 4-land hand, so... Hazard o'clock? That's not a hazard. Still attacking. I would like to try to get this off the table. Where's my Torment of Hellfire? He's taking the damage. That's not expected. Assumed he would trade, but I guess not. Now he's attacking? We're still just looking for Hazard. Hazard is our OB1 right now. He is our only hope. Sure. That card kills quick. Opponent still has 4 cards in hand, by the way. But we get to kill something with the Fatal Push. I get to kill a lot of things with the Fatal Push. The opponent's going to 3. I don't know what no BD means. The only thing I could think of in my head was a porn term. No, not that thing. Alright, well, you do stuff. He just blocks. Oh, no blossoming defense. Gotcha. So I think I punted here. I think I should have attacked with the Scrap Heap Scrounger as well. That was a mistake by me. So we can still win with a Lightning Strike. That might be our only way to win. I think I should have attacked with the Scrap Heap Scrounger as well, though. Hello, SV Engineer. Don't know if I've saw you before. Hey, there's a Lightning Strike. Got there. Didn't deserve to, I don't think, but we definitely did. Oh, good lord, we got lucky. Alright, so a guy in the chat earlier who's been playing this deck says that he just likes to bring the Bantus in and the Yammy Duty. I said Yammy Duty. What are your names? Yahini. That's your thing. And then he takes out like these things, but I still just don't want these Beaumont Couriers in the deck. I think. Hey, thanks for the follow. Can't Tay Vay Varwin? Can't Tay Varwin. Like, I don't want any of these cards in the deck. I'm sorry. I can't get behind those cards. They don't do it for me. I think getting blown out by Winding Constrictor is too real of a thing. That I want as few of the X1s in the deck as possible. Wow, this hand's miserable. Let's mulligan. This hand's miserable too. Fine, I'll keep this one. If I was on the play, I'd mulligan this as well. But on the draw, I'm willing to keep it because it has an answer to a Winding Constrictor. Hey, John Rose, what's up, man? Thanks for the follow. That's a good one. As Triumph the Insult Comic Dog said, for me to poop on. This hand's pretty bad. I really want the 4th for Spear Harvester. I miss the 4th for Spear Harvester so much. Alright, well, I guess I don't care about that card. This thing can attack this turn, and I can play 2 spells next turn, so it just uses the mana a little bit better. Most of his removal spells would exile this from the game anyway, except for Walking Ballista, and if he does have a Walking Ballista, I'm willing to trade this for it, I don't care. Actually, he can't even kill this with a Walking Ballista. I guess it would get its counter before it took the second point of damage. I'm glad that we stopped dropping frames. Feels good to actually be able to stream today. Long Tusk Cub O'Clock. Another land. Kinda don't want to attack in case he has a Death Scourge or Scavenger, but kinda want to attack too. I'm a little bit more greedy though. I don't want to just play the Bantu this turn. Hey, thank you for the follow, Cujo. I really want to get one more creature out of him. Thanks, man. Sorry that there won't be a YouTube video coming up today. My internet connection was so bad yesterday that wasn't able to record it. Really aggravated me. Appreciate the kind word, though. Thank you so much. I am from Eastern Kentucky, born and raised. I spend most of my days on the playground, I think is what they say. Hey, we're not dead. Woohoo! What's YouTube? YouTube is what brings all the boys to the yard. I'm going to Google what's YouTube so I can give a real response to that. YouTube is the most popular video site on the web today. It is a free video sharing website that makes it easy to watch online videos. You can even create and upload your own videos to share with others. Originally created in 2005, YouTube is now one of the most popular sites on the web, with visitors watching around 6 billion hours of video every month. Hope that answered your question. North Central Kentucky? I'm from, like, the very, very east. A little place called Pike County. No! We need this card. It was our only hope. Alright, well, we just don't have an out now. I guess that wasn't true. I could have had another Bantu's Reckoning. And then died on the following turn. But whatever. I'm just going to lie and say yes. I'm that popular. I have all the people that watch my YouTube videos. I am famous. Just gonna run it back. I feel sorry for your family. I mean, that's cool. uh, yeah, it's a quaint little town here. I've never been to Owen County. I don't know. I don't know anything about it really. We have double Effort Spear Harvester. If we were ever going to win a game versus a random Sultai Energy deck, this is the hand that'll do it. I don't know that we were ever going to win a game versus these decks, but oh my. All the one drops. Come on, why haven't you Fatal Push by now if you're going to? Woohoo! On fire. I have not tried Mardu vehicles because the deck doesn't make sense to me, but like I probably should. Enough people are doing well with it. To me, it just seems like a considerably worse mono red with weird mana. I probably should try it though. That's just from the outside looking in. It's one of my easiest matches to beat with blue-white approach. I love Ohio. Columbus, Ohio is one of my favorite cities in the U.S. Big fan of that city. I feel like he had that Fatal Push last turn and was just too stubborn to use it. Harvester o'clock. Ship us a list, Cujo. Yeah, but the decks that aren't running Abrades are still running like Harness Lightnings to kill them, right? If he wants to chump block, let him chump block. If he doesn't want to chump block, that Death Scourger Scavenger is going to be a problem, but we do have 4 Lightning Harnesses, 2 Veraskas, and a Murderous Unlicensed Disintegration. Why do I keep calling it Murderous? I think it's because I have the nickname that I just call it Murder Bolt. Goodbye, our friend. We will miss you. At least he doesn't get a trigger. I haven't got a chance to watch it. Another land? Sure. Another land's a fun thing. It's just 6 lands and 11 cards again. Seems to be how we lose almost every game when we do lose. We've not lost this game yet. We have a lot of powerful cards and our opponent's mana screwed. Our opponent is no longer mana screwed. He got a force instead of a blue source. Does that mean he's got like a bunch of bristling hydras in his hand or something? Maybe he's got the appetite of the natural or whatever. Oh, or he just could potentially be killing himself. Well, he did not kill himself. Guess I'll go ahead and play that. So now, even if he attacks, he could potentially lose because of the Rune Raider trigger. Interesting. If I kill it in response and he gains 2 life. Like I can't attack. I would rather just kill this thing, I believe. This is the list I was running. We split because I had a 3-hour drive home and work at 8 a.m. I have an updated list, but no idea how to upload it. Edit copy probably works for uploading. Yeah, you can like hit edit copy. So opponent goes down to 5. And we hit a good card. Alright. Still in this. Crew. Put opponent at 2. We're whittling them down, folks. So 4 Gideon of the Trials. I wonder if that's why Gideon of the Trials going up in value so much. Thraben Inspector. That card's not remotely legal. Chandra Fanglar. So yeah, like this is just an older version of the deck. Gotcha. Hey, thank you, Sir Rones, for the follow. Alright. Well, we got there. We got our 3-2 in our PD chest. So still struggling with energy. I have to figure out how to beat the energy decks more consistently. 12-3 overall with the deck though. 2 of our 3 losses have been to energy decks. So, as always, gonna open up the treasure chest, covering it with my hand because I like to slow roll it for myself. I see a junk card, and 40 play points. Well, I guess that's technically better than the 212 or whatever you get for selling the chest, but like, I don't know why we want play points. Anyway, so this is the deck we ran today. It worked pretty well. I don't know if it's better than... I don't know if it's better than Mono Red. Like, I kind of feel like I just want to go back and play Mono Red again. But I feel like I want to play Ferocidon in the main deck over Cropper, but that might be insane. Let's look what we got here. Pop it up so the chat, or the people on YouTube can see it. Yeah, it seems okay. I think Hazard's a good addition. I think Heart of Kirin gets considerably worse though when you don't have Planeswalkers. It's just the one thing that like really scares me about these decks. Unclaimed Territory. That's a card you don't see real often. I guess most things are humans or dwarfs. So you've got 7 constructs, 6 humans, and 8 dwarfs. What are you? You're a human cleric on a sideboard? Okay, if you have a million PP. Artificer. Fair enough. Artificer. Anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by today. That's going to be it for me. I'm going to see if there's anybody on to host. And then I'm going to get out of here and go play some League of Legends. You should all be jealous. Because League of Legends is the best game. Here's a blue-white approach player. Let's always host a blue-white approach player if we see one. Because blue-white approach is bae. Take care, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. And as usual, I'll be back tomorrow. Hold on, maybe the video's not loading for me, so... Okay, now it loaded. Anyway, thanks for all those new follows. See you guys.